Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to get on here real quickly and tell you a story, first of all, on this rainy Saturday. I mean, it is pouring here. So if you hear any loud racket in the background, it's the thunder. You know, if you hear cartoons, of course, that's the little ones in there watching cartoons. But the purpose for this video, just a thought, is I wanted to wish everybody a happy Memorial Day weekend. And with that being said, I want to share with you guys this story about this little boy I was having a conversation with at work. I was drawing blood on his mother, and he was, talking to me while I'm, doing what I do. And he wanted to know what I was doing for Memorial Day weekend. And I said, well, we're going to be going camping on Memorial Day through Thursday. And I was just telling him about what we were planning on doing and things like that. And I asked him what he was doing for Memorial Day. And he told me, well, everybody knows that it's the day the pool opens, so I'm going to hopefully be at the pool as long as it's not raining. And I said, well, that's good. Is there anything else you guys plan on doing for Memorial Day? And he said, well, my mom and dad say that they get a day off of work, so on Sunday we're going to be barbecuing and they're going to drink some beers, like that. And I said, oh, well, that's fun. And I just asked him, do you know why we celebrate Memorial Day? And he goes, duh, I told you, it's the day the pool opens. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I said, I get done drawing his mom's blood, and I bend down next to him, and I'm talking to him, giving him a sucker, because he was being so patient, while I was drawing his mom's blood. And I said, well, there's a little bit more to Memorial Day than just, going to the pool. I mean, the pool's fun and all, but did you know that the reason why we celebrate Memorial Day is because of the soldiers that have died for our country, protecting us and allowing us to keep our freedom? And he goes, oh, all really confused, and turns to his mom and says, Mom, why didn't you tell me this before? And Mom says, well, I just assumed that they teach you this stuff in school, that it's just something that goes unmentioned, that everybody just knows what Memorial Day is for. So, with that being said, I just thought that I would come on here. Everybody knows that I'm pretty patriotic. I love our country. Is our country perfect? Of course not. Can we make improvements to it? Of course we can. But when it comes down to it, we need to, if they're not teaching our children in school the most simplest foundations of what certain holidays mean, then I want to challenge everybody out there to make sure your kids know what Memorial Day is for. I mean, I would hate for me to be 80 years old and the generation that we grew up, we grew our kids up, and they don't even know what Memorial Day is for. It's just another day for swimming pools and barbecues and beers, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with going to the swimming pool or having a barbecue and drinking beers. But when we do that, we might want to just tell our children, hey, the reason why we get to do this today is because there's men and women out there that have lost their life fighting for our country and allowing us to be able to still have the freedom to go to the pool if we want to, or to have that barbecue and drink beers if we want to. I mean, that is the reason why we celebrate Memorial Day. It's important for them to understand that there are people who are willing to sacrifice their life, the pain of that life being lost for their family, for their children, and yet they go into battle and sacrifice that for the greater good of this country and for every single individual standing in it. And I hope that everybody will remember on Sunday or Monday, whenever you're having that barbecue or going to that swimming pool, take a minute and just, thank those and remember those who have sacrificed so much protecting what we stand for here in the United States. We're very blessed and very fortunate enough to live in a country where we don't have to constantly stop and say, am I safe? Am I protected? Is there somebody out there that is willing to give their life for my protection and my freedom? I mean, we're fortunate to be able to live in the United States where we can practice whichever religion we want to, love whoever we want to, walk down the street without having to cover our face and our body and our skin, allowing our children to be raised in a manner in which they are able to be the person that they were born to be. And sometimes I think in all the hustle and the bustle, and we're so used to not having to worry about our protection. I mean, it goes without saying that there are people everywhere standing a post and keeping this country safe, our city safe. This goes for our servicemen as far as our police officers, our firefighters, everybody that is working hard and willing to give up their life, knowing that they may not get to go back to their own families for your safety and your protection and your freedom. This country was founded on a premises that we would be able to worship the way that we want to. We would be able to choose the decisions in our lives and to maintain that. And, if anything but one day a year, we should remember those who have given up so much for the idea of this country being free and protected. So, with that being said, I hope everybody has a great Memorial Day. And again, I challenge everybody to stop and give thanks and remember those, fathers, daughters, mothers, grandfathers, sons, nephews, nieces who are fighting and standing opposed to this day. Because I know that I'm a pretty strong individual, but I'm not strong enough or brave enough to stand opposed and try to protect the lives of millions of people. I can tell you that. So give thanks for the people who do that. And whenever you see somebody, I mean, some of the things in this country to me is a little uncalled for. Like, I'll give you a perfect example of something that irritates me to no end. It's that Catch Me Outside, or that Cash Me Outside girl who is getting paid $40,000 an episode. Meanwhile, there is 40,000 veterans in the United States that are homeless. And the Catch Me Outside girl is the influence that people are looking up to, and in paying her, God knows the amounts of money that she's getting paid to make a TV appearance. $40,000 for a little girl to get up there and make an ass out of herself. I mean, for real? Meanwhile, you got 40,000 veterans living on the streets of this country. They deserve better than that. We deserve, we as people need to stand up for them. That needs to change. So if anything, when you see a veteran or you see a homeless person or whatever the case may be, don't just walk by them. That could be somebody who has given their entire lives for your safety and your protection. at least shake their hand and tell them thank you. That's the least that you can do. But, now that's really it. All I'm going to say about that. So, anyway, it's just a thought. Just sharing it because it's something that's important to me and to my family, and as country as that may be, I mean, that's just who I am. It's part of who I am. So just remember, feel free to enjoy yourself on Memorial Day. Just remember to take a second to thank those and to remember those who have allowed you to be able to do it. And by all means, please, if your children do not know what Memorial Day means, please enlighten them on it. Because to me, that was like the saddest thing for an 8-year-old, 9-year-old boy to not know what Memorial Day meant. I mean, I can understand the little ones, 2, 3, 4 years old. But, I mean, come on, my kids have known what Memorial Day is as long as they can remember, probably. So, with that being said, y'all have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. Remember those people, and we'll see you in the next video.